Congratulations, you've just been captured in battle, sold into slavery, and are now the proud soon-to-be owner of a very short life expectancy. Welcome to your new career as a Roman gladiator. Don't worry about sending in your 2 weeks' notice to your previous job. Being dead or enslaved is generally considered a valid reason for immediate termination. Let's start with your new living arrangements. You'll be staying in what the Romans call a ludus, which is basically a cross between a prison, a gym, and a really terrible boarding school. Think of it as a deadly summer camp where you never get to go home. Your accommodation consists of a charming 6x8 cell that you'll share with several other sweaty, terrified men. If you're lucky, one of them might not snore. But they probably all do. The best part? It comes with complimentary iron shackles. That's right, you'll be wearing these stylish accessories 24/7. They're not just a fashion statement, they're also a reminder that if you try to escape, you'll be caught and crucified. And you thought your old job's non-compete clause was restrictive. Now, let's talk about your exciting new fitness regimen. Remember how you always said you'd get in shape someday? Well, surprise. That day is today, and every day, forever. Your new personal trainer is called a doctore, and unlike your friendly neighborhood gym instructor, this guy actually wants you to suffer. Your daily routine starts at dawn, because apparently the Romans hadn't invented the concept of sleeping in. You'll begin with some light calisthenics, and by light, I mean exercises that would make a Navy SEAL question their life choices. You'll be carrying logs, running until you vomit, and practicing sword strikes until your arms feel like overcooked spaghetti. But wait, there's more. You'll also get to experience the joy of learning how to fight with various weapons. Here's a fun fact. They're all designed to either kill you quickly, or more likely, wound you in spectacular and crowd-pleasing ways. Because in this job, customer satisfaction is everything. Let's discuss your new diet plan. Hope you like barley, because that's what you'll be eating. Lots and lots of barley. This isn't some fancy Mediterranean diet with olive oil and fresh fish. This is keep you alive long enough to die for entertainment fuel. You'll also get beans and dried fruit if you're lucky. The Romans called gladiators hordeari or barley men, which sounds like a hipster craft beer company, but is actually much, much worse. Oh, and here's a delightful detail. You'll be eating a high-carb diet specifically to develop a layer of fat. Why? To make cuts and wounds more visible to the audience. That's right. You're basically being turned into a human-sized theatrical prop. Talk about workplace optimization. Now let's address the healthcare benefits package. The good news is, you actually get medical care. The bad news is, it's ancient Roman medical care. Your healthcare provider is essentially a guy who thinks that balancing your humors is cutting-edge medicine and probably believes trepanning, drilling holes in your head, is a legitimate cure for headaches. But hey, they're surprisingly good at treating wounds and broken bones, mainly because they get so much practice. Think of it less as healthcare and more as damage control. They want to keep you alive long enough to die properly. In the arena, where it counts. Let's talk about career paths. There are several specialized gladiator classes you might be assigned to, each more delightful than the last. You could be a retiarius, the fisherman gladiator who fights with a net and trident, perfect for those who always wanted to be a deadly merman but never had the opportunity. Secutor, the pursuer who fights against the retiarius. You get to wear a helmet that makes it nearly impossible to breathe or see. Hope you're not claustrophobic. Momillo, you get a fish-crested helmet because, well, the Romans had a weird thing about fish. Threeks fight with a tiny shield and curved sword. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, except everything is knives. Now for the exciting part, your performance reviews. These happen in the arena, and they're literally do or die presentations. Remember how nervous you used to get before corporate meetings? Oh, that's cute. Before each performance, you'll participate in a lovely parade called the Pompa. Think of it as your walk of doom. You'll march into the arena, look up at the emperor or local official and declare, Ave Imperator, morituri te salutant, which translates to, Hello Emperor, those who are about to die salute you. It's basically the world's most metal way of saying, thank you for this opportunity. The actual fighting? Oh, that's the fun part. You'll be expected to fight with style, no quick kills allowed. This isn't about efficiency, it's about entertainment. Think professional wrestling, but with real weapons and actual death. The crowd wants a show, and you better give them one, or they'll give you a thumbs down. And trust me, that's one piece of negative feedback you really don't want. If you lose but fight well, you might be spared. The key word here is might. It all depends on how entertaining you were and whether the emperor or editor, game organizer, is feeling generous. Pro tip, if you get wounded, make it look good. Wave that bloody arm around a bit. The crowd loves that stuff. Now let's discuss your retirement package. If you're incredibly lucky and skilled, but mostly lucky, you might survive long enough to earn your freedom. This typically happens after 3 to 5 years or about 20 fights, assuming you don't die horribly before then. The symbol of your freedom will be a wooden sword called a rudis. Yes, after all that metal weaponry, your reward is essentially a glorified stick. Some gladiators even became celebrities. You might get fans, groupies, and have your face painted on walls. Ladies from noble families might swoon over you. Of course, you'll still be considered part of the lowest social class. But hey, at least you're a famous member of the lowest social class. But let's be realistic. Chances are you're going to die. When that happens, a guy dressed as Charon, the mythological ferryman of the dead, will come check if you're really dead by poking you with a hot iron. Because apparently regular death isn't undignified enough. If you're dead, your body will be dragged out through the Porta Libitonensis, gate of death, by a hook. No funeral, no ceremony, just a quick trip to the gladiator cemetery. But look on the bright side, at least you don't have to eat any more barley. So there you have it, your new life as a gladiator. It's got everything. Terrible food, constant pain, public humiliation, and a high probability of violent death. But hey, at least you get to skip tax season. Remember, if you somehow survive all this, you'll have some amazing stories to tell. Of course, nobody will believe them because they'll all sound completely insane. But that's a problem for future you. And hey, if anyone asks what you do for a living, you can technically say you work in live entertainment. Just maybe don't mention the part about the death and dismemberment.